My follow-up question is, and I think you touched on it just a little bit
Yeah.
when you mentioned the statement of finding the right mortgage that best meets your situation.
Yes, ma'am.
My question was rooted in I just sold a home. I paid down the points on that mortgage to
Mm-hmm.
get it to 1.75.
Mm-hmm.
I recently sold it back in August. So now I'm looking to purchase my first real estate property.
Yes.
So my question is I had a property that went under contract. It fell through, but the interest rate that I was looking at was 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't choose to buy down the points or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, based on this conversation, and like you said, finding the right mortgage for you, is there I guess, a better strategy for me going into it where I am now in my situation with very little debt and have the ability to pay extra on a mortgage on how I should look forward to better position myself?
Well, listen, here's what we want to talk about, Carrie. Have you ever been into our room before?
Yes.
All right. So based on what you've learned now, would you ever buy down the interest rate ever again?
No.
Okay. Excellent. My job here is done. Okay. So we can find out what the best interest rate is for you by doing just a little bit of math. But let's say we take a look at that. So I'm going to change this. About how much money are we talking about, Carrie, to borrow?
I'll give you the high and I'll give you the low. So for the investment property, I got pre-approved for, I want to say 550.
Mm-hmm.
And the property that just fell out of contract was at 250.
Right. Okay. So give me what you want me to put in here so we can tell you what your principal payment would be. What do you want me to put in here?
So say if I found a property, say at 450.
450. Oh, look at you. Look at you. See, here's what I'm trying to tell you, folks. You know, when I watch HGTV, Carrie, and I get these people on there and I see them and they say, I want to get a house for 450 and I don't want to pay a penny more.
Okay.
Do you know most of those people have no idea why they picked that number? And when they
No.
find out how they can actually pay that off with the finances that they have to work with, they can actually afford more house. They just didn't know that they could. They're afraid to do what they can do because they have no idea what it really means for them. See, what I heard was right around 100,000 and it went to 250 because you've been in this room. You said, shoot, if I could pay it off in 7 years, let's go all the way to 450. Is that what I'm hearing?
Okay, let's go big or go home. Let's do 550.
Miss Carrie, I love it. I love it. I love it. So we're going to do 550 here. Okay. And what is the interest rate you were talking about 3.5?
I think it was the highest was 3.5.
3.5. Okay. So here's what the principal and interest payment would be on that. Okay. The principal and interest payment on that would be $2,469.75. Then you add in your taxes and insurance. Let's put in another 20%. Now, what you want to do, Miss Carrie, is make sure when you're renting this thing out and you know how much you can get rent in your area. So that's going to determine how much you need your interest rate to be and how much house that you can be able to purchase. And is this a multifamily property or single family?
It would be a multifamily.
Lord have mercy. The angels are singing. Multifamily, getting that rent. And so here's what real estate investors have been taught to ignore, Miss Carrie. About how many units is this right now?
Right now, so here's a disclaimer.
Yes.
So I was looking to use my VA loan.
Oh, so you're going to have to live in it.
I would have to live in it, which is fine because right now I'm staying with family, so that's fine.
Right.
So I was looking at anywhere between 3 to 4 units.
3 to 4 units, so you can live in it. So you can get up to a 4 unit, okay? And here's what I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks, they're talking about. But if it's mixed use, you can actually have 5. One of them has a business and you can have 4 others.
Correct.
Listen, Miss Carrie, I'm learning some stuff here too, just by being on this app.
Okay.
You can get up to 5 units with your VA loan, no money down, no cap on how much you can borrow.
Your credit does not matter and your money is unlimited.
Lord have mercy, Miss Carrie. Listen, do you know you got a gold mine over there? Okay. So let's just say there's 4 units. You can rent out 3. Okay. And about how much would the rent be? I'm just asking, how much would the rent be?
The research that I have done so far, say if I did affordable Section 8, say for a 2-unit, it's like 1,600. Market rate, I think it's like upwards of like 18 to 2,000.
Okay, so you've got about 2,000 for 3 of the units. That's $6,000.
Okay.
Okay, 6,000 coming in, 2,469 plus the insurance going out. I think you're making money here. Do you see what I'm talking about? Okay.
Yes.
And not only that, but you're saying Section 8, which is guaranteed money on top of everything else?
Yes.
Lord have mercy, Miss Carrie. So, folks, listen, everybody in the audience, are you hearing what this lady is talking about? VA loan, Section 8, guaranteed money, 4 units. She lives in one. Okay. She has to stay in there 1 year and a day. And then she can
in most cases, it's 6 months now.
What? You can stay in there 6 months to a year, depending on what's happening. You can cash out refi. Come on. And get
Airbnb 1 unit.
And then use your VA benefits again to get a 3 unit.
Okay.
And now you got 7 units.
Very cool. Okay.
Okay, but just to handle this part, okay? You got $6,000 coming in, okay? Your payment is $2,469 plus, whatever taxes and insurance you have. And then look at this. Look at your principal and interest payment. You got $865.58 in the principal payment. You have $1,604.17 on the interest. So here's what most real estate investors don't look at. In the first year, you're going to pay this loan down by $10,555.25. The bank wants to charge $19,000. Okay.
Okay.
So that's $29,000, almost $30,000 in the first year paid out just to pay the loan down by $10,000. Most real estate investors overlook this because they're in a situation like you with guaranteed money and they're cash flowing. They're living for free. Plus, they're making money on the other units. Are you following me?
Yes.
The amount of interest that they pay on this, most people overlook. They just look at it as the cost of doing business.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.